Just said.
Oh, Koulibaly sending it forward. Early opportunity and an early goal. What about that? Absolutely incredible. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. The game has hardly started and Al Hilal strike first.
That's a super pick out and finish. I mean, what a start. We've just entered the first minute of the game, and just have a look and soak up the atmosphere here. It's unbelievable, it really is. And what a goal to start the game off. I did feel it was going to be one of them games today, I really did. There was too much quality on show, and it's just proved how that goal's just been approached. The ball from back to front, really, you might say quite easily, but just have a look at Milinkovic-Savic. He just drifts into a space. I think on this left-hand side, he might have just been played on side where they were trying to play a high line, but it's all about the first touch, gets control, and then the nick past the goalkeeper, which is quite brilliant. It really is. Mendy just comes out to engage, but he's never going to save it because of the first exquisite touch. What a start that is.
Bedlam in the stadium. And Sergej Milinkovic-Savic scores his fourth goal of the season. He got a couple in a 3-0 win at Al Ahli on match day 9, but what a start to this one tonight. A goal in the first minute. And Al Hilal, the league leaders, finding the back of the net from their first attack. Clever play as well by Mitrovic, who clearly knew he was in an offside position and just stepped out of the way quietly.
That's what I mean. I think you touched on having players that you're bringing into squads, and that's where you get people being on the same wavelength, knowing the kind of runs that midfield players make, particularly from a Mitrovic perspective, where he's one that will lead the line. He's the focal point for Al Hilal, and just creating them little bits of space where he's taking a defender away, which is allowing Milinkovic-Savic to get in quite easy.
Well, what a nightmare start for Al Ahli, and Mitrovic is held up at the back there, initially by Ibanez, and Kessie gets it back to his goalkeeper. It's away off the boot of Mendy, and this is Alain Saint-Maximin. No joy for him. Al Hilal's tails are up, the adrenaline flowing through the players' veins. And this could be a tough old night for Al Ahli if they can't stop the problem here and just stop the rot and just survive this early barrage.
Definitely, I think the home side, I think there's one thing you always get told, you know, when you're in that change room, you start the game well where you're at home, particularly in these key fixtures. You get out the traps and you really put it to the away side.
So much for quietening the crowd the first 15 minutes or so. That didn't quite work out.
No, definitely not. They've really started on the front foot, haven't they?
Just a bit. What a cauldron of noise. The worst possible start for Al Ahli. The crowd are even noisier than they were at the kick-off, and their opponents have confidence flowing through their veins. There's Mitrovic, 11 goals already in his brief time in Saudi Arabia. Ruben Neves with the ball at his feet. It's a case of all hands on deck there for Al Ahli. Saint-Maximin beaten to the ball. It's fed forward to Milinkovic-Savic, who's up against Mohamed Al-Majad. A room here for Abdul Hamid. Trusty right back for the league leaders. Into Mitrovic, strong and powerful. Over it comes from Michail. Oh, and it almost opened up, and it might do here. Mitrovic tries to get the shot in. It's blocked by Ibanez.
They're all over the place at this moment in time. They need to really get a grip of the ball. The worry is that alongside go and get a second goal.
Well, they just haven't got a foothold in the game at all, have they, in the opening 5 minutes, Al Ahli? Kessie tries to make his presence felt, but it's going to open up here once again. This is Michail, the Brazilian.